Hello, everybody. It's me. Welcome back with another fantastical, fun, and wonderful live stream. Although the tone of this live stream is actually going to be just a little bit different because instead of playing a video game, I am going to be working on my next and lovely familiar. So I'm so stoked for that. And let's see. Oh. Knight Commander, All Might voice. I am here. Nice. Well, welcome. Very much appreciated. So good to see you. Thank you for coming in, hopping in, and saying hello. I spent the last 5+ minutes trying to unsmudgify my glasses and feed animals and stuff like that. And when the animals don't want to cooperate, you just kind of have to be like, well, it is what it is. Oh, well. But yes, I appreciate all of your patience, and we are going to be diving in here soon. Give me a moment here. I'm still trying to unsmudgify my glasses. Those darn glasses. Even though my model doesn't have glasses. These darn glasses. They won't be unsmudgified. Okay. All right. Hold up. Let me just scream secretly, inwardly, all the time, every day, everywhere, while I am unsmudgifying my glasses that y'all can't see. I'm just wearing iridescent see-through glasses with invisible frames, and it's fine. I don't anticipate anybody to be able to see it. But how has your 4th been? How has your 4th of July weekend been? Has it been fun? Has it been uneventful? Did you just get to chill? Did anybody see any fireworks shows and everything? I actually am very curious how the 4th of July, like if that holiday is even celebrated. If it is celebrated overseas, what does that look like? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, come here, glasses, come on. We got one lens, I think. I don't know if that works, but I'm breathing on it anyway. My 4th has been fun. I was able to enjoy a nice, lovely meal, sit with my friends and my family, and then go visit another awesome friend in another city over. So, that was very fun. Got to sit, chill, eat delicious food, and watch shows. I actually got to sit down and crochet a lot, so that was nice. That was very nice being able to crochet. Yes, Zara, you say it was nice, super chill. Oh, that's good. Yes. What about, let's see, what else do I got there? What about you, Commander Wolf? Granted, don't feel the need to reply if you're AFK or not available, which is totally fine. How was your 4th of July weekend? I hope it was fun and good, and you had a nice, swell time. Okay, we got one lens, guys. We got one lens unsmudgified. Man, if there were sound effects in the background, it would just be me squeaking this dang microfiber cloth against the back and forth and back and forth and back and forth against these dang glasses. Oh, what is that? What is that? Oh, ew. I don't know where that came from, but that's gross. Some weird black little spot that looks like the size of a gnat just stuck to my glasses. Well, that's not pleasant. But yes, I'm hoping for a nice, just chill stream. Even after the 4th of July weekend, it's just been an exhausting remainder of the week for myself. So, I'm glad to just be changing it up a bit. Doing something a little bit different. I guarantee you, I'll probably still be rambunctious and ridiculous and loud and silly. Because, that just comes with it. That just comes with the show. But, there we go. I can see. It's a miracle. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. All right. Gotta take some drinks. Yep. Olay. Okay. All right. So, for this stream, I'm going to be basically, as you've seen with the thumbnail, I'm going to be bringing something to life. My goal for this stream is just to make a simple idle animation. An idle animation for this new familiar. Basically, I'm going to take it from 2D and I'm going to make it move. It's going to be going from static to movement. And so, that's the best part of animation, in my opinion, is just taking something and you add that movement to it and you just breathe it to life. So that's what I am going to be doing. Alrighty then, let's see. Okay. Hope the music's good, hope the sound's good. I've been kind of eyeballing it. Hopefully my microphone won't be popping off because I can be quite loud. Alright, Archimedes. Let's get into it. Let's get down to business. To see my desktop. And here we go. Oh! I had to stretch the image because my desktop has such a wide range and I'm using the whole thing. So you guys are seeing a kind of a stretched image and I apologize because my screen is huge. But now let's go ahead and give the big reveal for our lovely new friend. Our lovely new familiar friend is going to be Apogee! Apogee! Oh, so cute! Oh my goodness, absolutely adorable. I don't know what the numlock numbers did, but they're doing something on the screen that I can't tell. It's changing the opacity. Oh! Okay. No, stop that. They're like, no, we're gonna change the opacity. So, I am working in Photoshop. I have an old version of Photoshop, and I basically have taken the time, and I just told myself I just want to do something simple, cell shaded. Oh yeah, yes. She's so precious. She's so cute with all of her fluffy cheeks. Even though I keep hitting the num buttons and I don't know why the num keys... I don't even know why the num keys have hotkeys in this program. But here she is. I actually really tried to go with some nice different line art, colored line art for this. And we're going to take this and we are going to basically turn each piece into its own flattened area. So, hello, August. So good to see you. Glad you could make it. Yes, I am revealing my next project, my next familiar. It's a budget. Precious budget. But I'm starting all the way from scratch. So before I've even put this into spine, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of break down what I did over here. So, as you can see, I've kind of titled everything with different layers. Because I'm wondering if for those that have ever done like 2D live, this same concept might apply. But I have broken everything down into layers that if I start taking them off one by one, there's the sunflower seed, the right of the ribbon, the left of the ribbon, the star embellishment, top of hat, mid of hat, top of the hat. I seem to have misplaced the star. Unless, wait, no, the star embellishment's right there. Yep. And then if I go find where the back of the hat is, the back of the hat is actually back here. It's actually behind the budgie. And the reason why I did that is because obviously it kind of gives that illusion effect. And then as I'm going through, I had to basically break down this image into layers. So I did a couple of pieces that have their own individual fluff. Right here, and this whole right leg gets its own fluff. And this right foot right there. Notice that they are all on top of where the body is. So the body's right here, and they're the top layer on top because think of it that when you're, if you ever decide to work in spine and you're trying to break things down layers, I do wonder if this applies to 2D Live. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten into that program yet, but I'd assume it still applies that when you're breaking down the layers, think of anything that's facing you first, the closest things that are facing to you are going to be the layers on top. So like the right leg and all of that is getting closer to you. And because the thigh, even though we see a flat thigh here, if we actually envisioned this thigh, it would be more round and it would probably bulge out. So therefore it'd be closer to the camera. At least this is just, I don't know if this is making any sense, but this is just how my brain maps even when I started throwing Archimedes into spine and I started animating him. And then we have the bottom part of the wing. So here is here's the top layer. I made a separate top layer of the wing. And then here's the wing underneath. As you can see now with the wing underneath gone, it kind of exposes like where I put this line, the separation of the pink and the purple. I can always come back to the neck fluff. And then there's a little right fluff right there by his eye. Right fluff right there. His whole right cheek. Whole cheek. There's his eye white. His right eye, his beak. So his whole beak is attached. His left eye white, his left eye, his little left eye fluff, his left cheek, and we're broken down a lot now. That now we are getting to, oh, I gotta take away my, there we go. Now we're getting down to kind of like the bases, like the base. So here's the head. The head is its own separate layer. Here's the body. Here's the body line, which I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, take this. I'm kind of merging these layers just because I don't want the line art merged right now. And then I'm going to take this body. And the reason why I made this, I duplicated that body a lot, is sometimes you can kind of see like, if your coloring isn't exactly good, you can kind of see a little bit behind it. So I duplicate layers on top of each other and flatten them and squish them all together, just so that way I can try to clean up any of those little gaps. Now we take away the body, and then here's the tail, and we take away the tail and the left foot. And that's how I've broken it, all from basically this little sketch that I did. And I just basically pieced it together from there. I'm going to take away the background now because there is a little thing in Photoshop where you can export every layer as its own thing. Okay, I want to make sure that these are all 100%. Now let's build them back up. Do. La da da da, la da da da. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, do. And boop, boop, boop. And up. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now I have that ready. I'm just gonna crop in my lines here a little bit. Okay. There we go. We have Zibaji. Libaji. All right. Now, when I import this stuff into Spine, I don't know if I need this in a group or not. I don't think I do. Because if I take away the group, okay. I'm going to try something. So, file, let's export. No, it's not that one. Edit. No, it's file. Mouse, work with me, mouse. Scripts, here we go. Let's see. Export layers to file. So it's going to take every single layer and it's going to export that layer. And this is another reason why naming conventions on the right-hand side are important, because it's going to export that layer and it's going to export it as those naming conventions, which is why I made sure that I titled all of them a certain thing that would follow. But before I do that, let me go ahead and file. And I'm going to save as. We're going to save this whole body as a PNG because this is our map. When we put all of these mini layers into spine, they're going to be all broken up. So we need a map. So whole body. Let's put it into a new folder. Let's see. Budgie. Familiar. I'm still thinking of names for this budgie. I don't know what she wants to be named yet. Okay. Budgie familiar, whole body. Save. Okay. Now, hopefully. Here we go. Voila. This is our roadmap. This kind of helps us set the pieces in place. You know how like anytime you like open up a puzzle and you got like an image of what everything looks like? That's what we're kind of using this for. So now we have our roadmap. And now we can do file, scripts, export layers to files, I believe. Yes. Visible layers only. I want to make sure that I have this on. Okay, file name prefix. This is where you could also put the appropriate naming conventions in. Okay, VTuber, Budgie familiar. Okay, there we go. That's where it's going to save it. And Budgie, PNG, 24, transparency, interlaced. Okay, run. And as you can see on this side, it's just kind of going blah, 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 blah. It's like going back and forth because it is trying to get, see how it's now trying to render every single individual layer. Zara, I see. Oh my god, I had no idea about the scripts feature. I've been selecting the layers, then right-clicking and choosing to export the layers like a freaking boomer. Hey, well, you know what? You learned something new today, and I've accomplished my job then. I helped teach you something new. So, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Rosen! Yeah! Hello, Rosen! So good to see you! Yes, welcome to the stream. We are rendering all of the pieces of the budget. The budget. Rendering pieces of the budgie, being chill, and just kind of enjoying life right now. Which is nice. And what's nice too is if, say later I decided I wanted to add more cell shading. I actually wanted to add maybe shadows and highlights and all of that. I could do that on all of these layers and then kind of like flatten the highlights and shadows on top of these layers when I'm done with them, re-export these, and then it will replace the images. So when I take these images and I put them back into Spine, or even if I open back up Spine, it'll be updated with all the new images. All right, perfect. We now finally have our export layers to files was successful. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Ta-da! This is what this looks like. Oh my god. I don't know why it felt the need to export my foot in every one of these. Why the left foot? Seriously, why the left foot? Why the left foot? Okay, well, that's new. I've never had that happen. Oh, nice. Feels like we got some good vibes going on. Yes. Yes, plenty of good vibes. Just sitting here trying to figure out, okay, I don't know what happened there, but something happened there. Excuse me. All right, let's figure out what happened there. Well, that was interesting. Why was it rendering all of my left foot? Like, that's never actually... I bet you when I was changing expressions, that's when it decided to change something with this. I bet you $10 that's what happened. So, we're going to try this again. And I'm not going to touch any of my expressions. We're not going to do that. All right. Again, file, scripts, export layers to files. All right. And let's try running this again. Hopefully this time, we don't just have my foot, the budgie's foot sticking out. I guess the left foot has become a motif. That's a good one. Hey, Boris, so good to see you. So when you export again, will it remove the extras? Yes, it should, because it should be saving over those layers. It should be saving over those layers. Hopefully. If it's going to do what I think it's going to do, it's going to do well. But if it's not going to do what I think it's going to do, then we have a problem. Yes! Hello, Boris! So good to see you. Yes, we just started. I haven't even opened up Spine yet. But all I'm doing is I'm just trying to export my little budgie familiar. And have them their own separate pieces. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but apparently YouTube updated something where now in streaming, I guess the common commenters in the stream get little crowns. And so we have number 1, number 2, and number 3 and stuff. So that's cool. That's neat. That's a new thing. I think it was telling me the crowns are like top fans. I don't know if there's anything I can really do with this. It gives you guys XP. I don't know what the XP do. Top fans XP. What's the... Okay, so it's a leaderboard. This is new. A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You know, XP, or here's how to use them. So basically, something akin to Twitch. All right. Damn it! It really wants that foot. Man, when people wanted feet pics, this was not what I was anticipating. They wanted the toesies. Okay. All right. It should. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to delete all of these. I'm going to try to figure out why it's not letting me. I'm wondering, because it usually when I'm, okay, I'm going to take all of this out of the group. Out of my group here. Take it out. There we go. I'm going to take this group. And I'm going to delete group. There we go. I don't know what's happening, but this left foot just wants to be everywhere. Okay, let's try this again. Powerful bird tootsies, yes. So powerful. Okay, let's try this again. Scripts, image processor. Okay, export layers to files. Visible layers only. Transparency on. Trim layers on. PNG. Visible layers only. Budgie familiar. I wish it would tell me what interlaced means. Let's try this. Third time should be a charm. Hopefully. At least the last time I checked, you can only disable it for yourself and not for your channel. Ah, okay. Interesting. All right, let's hope this works. Hope. It usually doesn't mess up like this, so I'm really confused as to what's going on. If not, I'll just restart Photoshop. Thank you, Stream Elements. Oh, Archimedes, are you making tea tonight? What kind of tea are you making? I'm having a feeling it's still rendering Tootsies. Okay, files were successful. They better be. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Okay, so yeah. If you can take a look at it, you can see that now every single layer by itself is individually exported. Archimedes has freshly brewed you 2 cups of tea. Nice. Nice. All right, sweet. Now it has gone ahead and it has exported all the layers. And obviously the layers are all labeled like 1 through 38, depending on the hierarchy. So 1 is going to be technically closer to you, and the 38th one is going to be closer in the back. Because it's all according to the layers. Okay, now that I have that, and I have my roadmap, which is the full picture of my budgie, now I'm going to go ahead and let's get into Spine. So right now, I'm not going to come back to this, and I should be fine. Hello, Maxwell Peter. So good of you to join us. I don't understand why my... Oh, well. All right. Yes, we will save the information for our budget. Okay. Now that we have all those images, we need to get into Spine. All right. Oh, Spine. Okay, new project. Oh, Spine update available. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just get these updates out of the way, so y'all don't have to deal with it. Come on, where is my update? Where's my update? When you realize you haven't updated in such a long time. Oh, wait. Yes, we are making a burb. Sorry, I'm trying to get it updated. I'm trying to be casual about getting it updated, like, off screen, but it's not, like, showing me where the update feature is. Come on. You know what? It's fine. And new project. Here we go. Okay. Pulling it back. All right. So this is Spine. And we are going to go ahead and get into this. So first things first, we need to get all of our images in here. And going back to pictures. Where are you? Models. The budgie! Okay. All right. Got my pictures. Just putting them in here. It's been so long. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's been so long since I've uploaded any images in here. Come on, let me import My pictures. Path. Okay. We're gonna find a different path. All right, give me a second. Do. When you have so many folders. Okay. Getting there. There we go. Budget familiar. Select folder. Yay! There we go. I have to select the path first. There we go. Now we can kind of see everything. So, first things first, we're gonna... Oh, the budgie! Oh, she large. So we're gonna keep the scale, obviously. But we are going to try to get them on, like, kind of sitting a little bit on the ground. On the ground. Okay. Let's see. 9:05. There we go. Oh, Lord, she coming. Yes. Yes. She is a big bird. Okay, so I've got her right here. And notice, okay, so what's going on right here is now I have a skeleton. And this is just an automatic default skeleton. But notice that, okay, so the root is right here. Meaning that if I was to animate it, it would be animated according to the root. So that's why I was trying to place the budgie first, because the basically this is a bone and this is where the bone is going to be. So, but for me, I want to move you back a little bit. Because I kind of want more of your face in the center. Your tail's a little bit more behind you. I'm using these black lines right here is kind of like where the center stage is. And kind of like trying to set up my workplace. Okay. So there we go. And then what I can do is I can lower the opacity. I'm going to go ahead and lower the opacity because we're going to start putting layers over it. Okay. Draw order. So this is also actually very important too. So this is the draw order. Now we're going to start dragging and dropping images in here, and we're going to start setting up getting everything into the appropriate order. And then we can start adding bones afterwards. All right. So now, front of the hat. I'm going to zoom in here. Okay. Right about there. There we go. That's where the front of the hat is. Draw order. I want the front of the hat, obviously, to be in the front right there. Okay. And notice that, like, these guys turn green, telling you that you are using them. The sunflower seed. That's going to be the next. Okay. And I want it to position it. I'm kind of trying to find a spot where I can kind of recognize where the pixels are. And I'm just trying to lay it over it. It's easier when you have points. It's a lot harder when you have round surfaces. And at the same time, I mean, I don't need to be that much of a perfectionist with myself. Okay. Sunflower seed, front of hat. I want the sunflower seed to be beneath the front of the hat. Okay. The right of the ribbon. What's nice is you can preview the image. So I know it's right there. Right of the ribbon. Right here. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. There we are. And it is covering the sunflower seed. So I'm going to put that back there. I'm wondering if it technically might be easier if I work from the bottom up instead of the top bottom because I'm switching these a whole lot. And it's been such a long time since I've made a new one. So let's do that instead. Let's try that. Foot. Let me see damn feet. Would be cool if it was a marketable plushie, a Funko Pop, or a Lego set, or a limited edition U2s with a Kimmy. Aw, yes, I agree. That's actually something that I would just love to see in the future, because I love having cute stuff. I love having nice things, and I would just love to be able to have, like, all kinds of cute keychains of, like, my mascots or things like that, stickers, and all kinds of stuff. That is my jam. That's something that I want. Okay, you need to be in the back. I guess it really doesn't matter what area is. I'm just going to organize the draw order anyways. Fine. We'll just continue where we last left off with the ribbon. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Ah, yes. Let's get that music back up here. There we go. Okay. And I'm absolutely a sucker for plushies. So I would love plushies. Star embellishment. Right there. All right. There we go. Star embellishment, you need to go underneath. There we go. And notice that now in the draw order, this is a perfect example. With this draw order, you can see that it's now behind. But there's also another thing that I'm noticing too, is since my coloring wasn't 100% clean, you can kind of see how it lights up right in from like this dark line to this purple. There's some floating pixels there. There's some, well, empty pixels, I should say. Meaning that I probably didn't have it butt up against the line, and I probably should go back and clean this up. Because the reason why this is an issue is it kind of also breaks the illusion, because you can kind of have a pixel area where it's see-through. It's probably a little bit harder for you. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. So you see how those pixels are white? Well, now they're mimicking the gray background. And now they're white. Now they're gray. Now they're white. So that's why when you're going to break everything into a layer, you need to make sure that take your time coloring. I know that I kind of rushed on mine, but at the same time, I also feel like this is perfect for being able to show you, like, hey, take your time on this. Take your time coloring and all of that stuff when you are exporting something as a PNG, because it will pick up the very exact pixel. If something's transparent, it'll pick it up. All right. Top half of hat. Looks like a Santa hat. That's purple. All right. I'm going to zoom in on this side over here because I feel like right here. There we are. Okay. Top of hat. Move you to the back. There we go. Mid of hat. All right. Even like right here, you see how there's some pixels right here that's very vague? I didn't erase those all the way, so it's also picking that up too. It's just, I mean, it's not gonna make or break it, but at the same time, you know, I'm just like, the coloring, my OCD. And if you start noticing that because it's now starting to make it look like it's a complete line, even though it's not. Even though you just saw me put these pieces together and they're two separate pieces. But because the colors flow into one another, now it looks like a uniform piece. I just love that. I love that so much. Whoop, I'm grabbing right leg fluff. Here we go. Tip of hat. All right, let's put you right here. Okay. And then we're going to move you to the back. There we go. Ta-da! We got the hat placed. Aha! Red. Floof. We get the fluff, man.
that floof.
There we go. Whoop! Aha! Part 2. More fluff. All right, and then whoop. There we go. Other. Okay, and now right leg.
Look at that drumstick.
Okay, I'll stop messing around. There we go. Like pieces to a puzzle. There we go. And then the
Right foot. Look at them toesies.
I promise I'm not like this all the time, but at the same time, I can't guarantee it. When I was first building Archimedes, I literally took their head and started moving it side to side like, I told you. Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. I had too much fun just snickering. It's the simple things. But this right here, this is my playground. This is where I feel like I'm happiest. Being able to put these together and everything. And yes, nothing too exciting is going on right now, but it's nice to actually, just show you my process. I don't know, I can see Gremlin Academy being a default mode.
Aw, man, why you gotta call me out like that? Shh, it's a secret. It's a secret. Don't let anybody else know. Shh. No.
Okay, all right. Wings. Okay. There we go. Now I gotta take that wing. Stick you down here. Hey, excuse you. There we go. What happened to 14? 12, 13, 16. No, it's to 14. We don't know what happened to 14 or 15, but they're gone. Kind of looks like a nose. It kind of does look like a nose. Oh, you taking pictures because I am a gremlin. Oh, okay, fine. I am a gremlin. That's okay. There we go. Cute little neck fluff. I'll take you, move you down. There we go. And the little right fluff on your cheek. I know this is actually killing me in the sense that my OCD is like, I must get it to the exact pixel.
The right cheek looks like a jelly bean.
Okay. I'll stop. For now. For like 5 seconds. Maybe. Okay. All right. Serious this time. Now, because I can't see beneath my little right fluff over here, I'm just going to go ahead and this is like the eye spot, and I will just hide this for a second so that way I can kind of get this placed a little bit better. There we go. Perfect, and then I'll just bring that back. And then my right cheek fluff. There we go. Okay.
Ah, voila!
Another jelly bean. That is the eye white. I gotta make sure I'm doing the right eye white here. Pretty sure I am.
The right eye.
There we are. Okay, now I gotta fix. No, grab. Perfect. She's coming along, folks.
I got the beak. Got the beak.
Here we are. Come on. Yes, I was saying that before, that it's kind of killing my OCD because I'm like, must place everything. And another part of me is like, no, it's fine. Actually, technically, the beak line would go above the eyes because the beak would be more facing towards you. Ah! All right, then. Do-do. La-da-da. Cha-cha. Okay, got that. Now I'm gonna grab you guys. I'm gonna drag you all the way down there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, almost done. Ah,
The other fluff.
do do do. Yeah, I'm doing my due diligence to be like, okay, let's not zoom in on everything, and we're just trying to place the stuff there. Okay, there we go. And then where's my draw order? Aha. Yoink. There we are. Oh! Okay, now this is a little bit harder because it's really difficult to see where I'm going, so I'll just lower the opacity on this just a little bit. So that way I can grab this head, this big old fat head, and place it on the burb. There we go. Burb. I gotta take their big old fat head and I gotta move it down. And I gotta make sure I remember to grab that big old fat head and, where is it? Excuse you. What did I do? What did I do? Did I grab it from here? Head? No. I must have grabbed it here. There we go. Yoink. Ta-da! Oh, she's coming along, folks. Oh, she's precious. Not as precious and amazing as the rest of you, but it's something. She's pretty precious. There we are. Perfect. Look at that big old fat body. Look at that body. Now, it's beneath the head. There we go. Back of the hat. Here we are. Okay. There we go. Whoop. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Lastly, the tail. Do, 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 do. There we have it. Okay. And huzzah! This is so satisfying. It's like putting together a puzzle. Exactly, I know. This is very satisfying. That's really all you're doing. You're just kind of piecing it together and putting it back together. Wait, what happened? I was in the bathroom. Oh, we just put together the budgie. So we basically took every single piece of this budgie. It's easier if I take away the body. And we just kind of overlaid it on top. So that way we have all the pieces in place. And now we're ready to basically assign every piece of the budgie its own like bone and hierarchy of those bones. So now that I'm done with this, I can take this and I can delete it because now I don't need the budgie familiar whole body anymore. I don't need this anymore. So I'll just go ahead and get rid of it. Are you sure you want to delete this slot and attachments? Yes. So this is the root. And now this is the draw order. And the draw order is important because this kind of dictates what's going in front and what's going in the back. And now that we have this is the root of the skeleton. This is kind of where I wanted. This is why I was taking time to place the budgie here. Because if I wanted to basically take this root, and I'm going to give it a different icon because I can't see this icon worth a spit. The root! We also got to give you a different color, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Here we go. The circle is usually the biggest. We're going to give you yellow. Yellow. She doesn't like blue and yellow. Blue and yellow, no. And the reason why I took the time to place the image where I wanted it is because it's a lot easier for me to place the image because your root bone is where everything else is going to kind of be based from. And so, like, I'm using shear, but because I feel like this is a good pivot point for the whole image, I can make some movements. Oh, hold on a second. My left foot, my body needs to be behind. Where is it? Not images. Where's my draw order? Left foot, you need to be all the way in the back. There we go. Perfect. Sorry, had to fix that. All right. Especially the scaling feature, because if you notice, it's going to scale everything above where the bone is placed, more closer to it, and same with the feet. Lord! I couldn't help myself. Okay. All right. But yay! Everything is now placed. Perfect. So now I'm going to have to break everything here and kind of give it its own, like, slot sort of deal. Its own, like, bone and hierarchy. Because right here, this is the whole skeleton. This is what's getting set up. Fat! With a PH. Yes, Dynamax Beard. The perfect Dynamax Beard. Okay, all right. Whoop, sorry. Didn't mean to smack that. Did you see the Squid Games Season 3? I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched the Squid Games at all. But, yeah. I haven't watched it at all. The most I know is from the commercials, which is the girl that looks behind you, looks behind the robot girl, and you get shot. You heard that season of the third Squid Games was terrible. Well, so long as if anybody doesn't mind spoilers, I guess. Like, I don't know, because I'm not watching Squid Games. I wouldn't mind spoilers. But if you are going to say something that was revealing and everything, I would, like, maybe say, like, spoilers. I don't think anybody here has watched Squid Games and is anticipating spoilers, but if you want to rant and rave about it too, Maxwell Peter, and you've seen some things and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe they took the direction of this into that. And it's just absolutely upsetting because as a creative, I understand that a little all too well. I can get so invested in some shows and stuff, and then I'll get mad that they took it in a direction that I personally wouldn't have liked. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. I gotta make some bones now. So I'm gonna make a bone and, well, a hierarchy node. Trying to remember how to do that because it's been so long. Give me a skeleton. I have my root. Okay, here we go. New bone slot. Hat. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm pretty sure that these are bones. So let's go here. We're gonna grab my skeleton. Nope, not my skeleton. We're gonna grab the root. We're gonna say new bone. Where did my bone go? There it is. Right here. And this is gonna be... Where's a hat? I know there's a hat. Aha! Hat. Right there. Gonna be a hat. Gonna be lime green right here. There we are. And we need to rename you as Hat. Oh my god, yes! I did see K-pop Demon Hunters. It was amazing. I loved it. I'm such an animation fanatic that when I saw the exaggerated expressions, the chibi poses, so good. Chef's kiss to those animators. I wonder how long it took how long it took to render that movie. Because like with all the effects and the lighting and the shading and the textures, like I remember way back in the day when they were animating like Monsters Inc. It took like 2-ish years. It took a lot longer to animate all of Sully's hair because that movie was really pushing the constraints of rendering at the time. Okay, so I've made a hat. And now what we're going to do is we are going to grab this bone and we're going to move it. We're going to place it where we want it first. So I'm just going to place it directly. Here we go. Right there. And now I'm going to take all of the hat stuff and I'm going to stick that under the hat bone. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because say I want to take this away. See? This is why I'm moving all of those nodes into the hat. So that way, say if I ever want to have like my budgie animated with the hat gone, I could do that. But also, by taking it and moving it to its own hat, I could like animate the hat doing stuff. Maybe like the budgie gets surprised and the hat just whew, and just kind of flies off the budgie's head. So that's why I'm setting everything as its own separate like bone. The hat is its own complete bone. And even though the hat is its own complete bone, it's also not independent of the root because when I move the root around, the hat is going to move with it. If I want the hat to move independently of the budgie, I need to grab the hat bone. Jinyu, why? Please come back, Jinyu. Yes. Yeah, my cats are going crazy. I vacuumed the floor. All the catnip is gone. I don't understand why you're acting this way. Come back. I love you and your pudgy face. Anyway. Okay. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to break this down. And we're going to break this into its own hierarchy of, like, bones. Don't do it. Excuse me. Let's see. New. I could say new bone. I could also say split. Nested. I want it to be nested because I want a hierarchy of bones. Enter the number of bones for the split. I'm going to say 4. See, and now you see how it goes hat 1, like hat 2, 3, and 4, which is great, but we're going to rename this. So, you're going to be the back of the hat. I hate that I can't click on you. the middle of the hat. And lastly, the tip of the hat. Okay, and I'm gonna make another new bone here. It's gonna be on the same hierarchy as the back of the hat. It's actually gonna be more in the front. And I'm gonna be titling that the ribbon. Okay, so with the ribbon, I'm gonna take you first. That's the tip of the hat. Where are you, ribbon? Oh, it's at the bottom. Interesting. Here we go. It didn't do that with all the other ones, did it? Back of the hat. Back of the hat, I'm meaning kind of more towards here. And I kind of want it placed kind of where it would move. So I want it placed there. And actually, now I can change these. And I'm going to change the tip of the hat to the icon of being this. And I'm going to rotate it. So that way I know where my direction is when I'm facing this way. Middle of the hat. Oh. Okay, middle of the hat. I need to move you. I need to move you independently, though. We're going to lock the bones. So that way it doesn't move it. We're going to put you right here. We're going to make your icon. Here we go, like that. Rotate. Yoink. Just so that way it kind of gives you a good visual. All right, now I'm going to grab this. The back of the hat. Whoops, I don't need to rotate it. The back of the hat, because it's more like, I feel like the base of where I would be changing, like shifting and all of that, it's going to be down here. But I'm going to go ahead and change the image to this. Let's rotate it kind of towards the angle that's facing, kind of like off like that. Okay, now why did I do that? I did that because if you take like, now that I'm gonna unlock bones down here, and if I take rotate, and if they have a hierarchy, when I rotate this bone here, it's gonna rotate the other ones. But you're also like, okay, well, it's rotating the bones, but how come it's not rotating the images? It's because I gotta attach the images and these nodes to these bones. So, not that back of the hat, the top of the hat. So I should name this top of hat. Okay, top of hat, you're gonna go right under there. And then the middle of the hat, you're gonna go under there. And then the tip of the hat, you're gonna go under there. Now with all these nodes attached, I should, if I rotate this, yep, see? Everything else is moving from it. But it's not moving independently. So the tip of the hat also needs the star embellishment. So that way, if I go back to the top of the hat, there we go. It's all now moving. But I want the star embellishment to be its own bone. So I'm going to go ahead and do another split of the tip of the hat, make it nested, and only make it 2. And I'm going to title this Star Embellishment. Okay. And I'm going to put my star embellishment here. There we are. My star embellishment, I'm going to grab it. Notice that now that I'm moving it, it's moving the image. So I need to lock the image and lock bones because I don't want them to move. I just want my star to move. And I'm going to make my star right here. Now, the reason why I am taking time to do this is because placement's important, is because, like, I can imagine that the star would wiggle. And so I feel like if there was gravity and stuff, the star would wiggle at its point where it's like where you're like pulling it up from a string. So it would wiggle right here. It wouldn't make sense to place this bone like really in the middle or on the sides right here. I'm trying to think about where would this star piece kind of have the most movement. And same thing with this. So now everything's kind of moving. Yay! As well as, like, if I rotate the scale on a hierarchy bone right here, everything else is going to follow suit. Same thing if I do some shearing. So everything else kind of follows that hierarchy, except for the sunflower seed. So technically, this ribbon would need to be within the top of the hat hierarchy. So that way, if I'm moving top of the hat here, the ribbon would also move with it. See how it's moving? You can see the bone moving. I just don't have the images attached. So ribbon, and we need the sunflower seed, the right ribbon, and the left of the ribbon under ribbon. There we go. See? Now they're all moving together. Let's see. I'm going off over here. Hold on. You guys are spitting ideas over there. Let's see. Plus, it's a movie. Let's see. I could definitely understand the movie should have been a series. Okay, so Maxwell, Peter, you were saying that you wanted Demon Hunter Slayers. Demon Slayer Hunters. Demon... K-pop Demon Hunters. The peeps. You wanted it a series. I can definitely understand the movie should have been a series because I personally felt we didn't get more in depth to look at Zoe or Mira, but I understand the focus was Rumi. Plus, it's a movie, so it's hard to fit everyone's stories into just an hour and 30 minutes movie. Zara says you would watch the heck out of the series. And if it was animated as good as the movies on that movie, yes, honestly, same. As long as the series doesn't butcher the idea behind the series, then I'd watch it. So a trilogy would be focused on the other two. Now I'm hooked. You know, I think trilogies can do some really, like, they can do really well. I think my favorite trilogy is obviously How to Train Your Dragon. But, I mean, it was just done so well, executed so well. And then let's see, I've seen some studios turn movies into series, and then the series just doesn't feel as good or hit right versus a short movie and have the story start and finish. Always wondered if it would be really funny if the Spider Society would be in the K-pop Demon Hunters universe, considering that both are made by the same studio. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Spideyverse K-pop Hunters. Crossover, begin. Also, yes, Zara, tips hat, milady. Yes, I could do that here, milady. I'm making the hat go a little bit crazy. Yes, milady. But I picked this, the hat spot right up here, but I don't actually like where it's centered because I'm trying to find the center. Kind of like, you know how you have a center of gravity and a center of weight? I don't like where this hat spot is. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to grab this translate scale. I'm going to move it more towards the back of the head, kind of back here. This is kind of where this to me feels like the center of gravity for this. So now, if I here we go. There we go. Because it's like, where is this hat mostly resting? And I don't think the forehead. I think it's more back here. So I need to move this. I kind of like it. There we go. The reason why I'm very picky about my placement because it's going to pay off in the end. Placement is going to pay off in the end. Especially when you're doing things like you're scaling and all of that stuff. You're stretching. Whoa! So. Because you can animate all of these moves. Like shear, you can animate the rotate, the scale, the all of that stuff. But if you don't have if you don't have where it's properly placed, it just can look funny. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm just kind of really going with my gut. Because that's just where I like the placement of the bones, is where is the weight of the object coming from? And that would be the start of the bone, or your joints, like when you look at your arms and you bend, and it's like your forearm and your upper arm. It's like, if I was to animate arms, then I would kind of like structure it like how you would structure a skeleton when you have the joints. So I think the same thing with animation bones. Okay, there we go. I have now officially split the hat. I now need to go back in and I need to fix this ribbon part here because we have 2 ribbon pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to split. I'm not going to keep these nested though, and I'm going to keep them 3. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and split. I'm going to keep it nested. Let's do 1. There we go. Again, let's see. Left side of ribbon. Okay, and I'm going to split. I'm not going to nest it. Right side of ribbon. And the reason why I kept these 2 on the same hierarchy is because one isn't actively independent of the other. So here's the right, here's the left. And this is also good too if for, give me a second, I have to kind of put a placement on this. Okay, I feel like the weight of this ribbon, this left side of the ribbon's right here. We're gonna change left. There we go. We're gonna change this to the arrow. And then the right side of the ribbon, I want to move it, and I'll move it a little bit down. I feel like the weight of that ribbon's right there. Let's change the insignia so it makes it easier to follow, like our roadmap. There we go. Now if I take bones and images, this is gonna move independently from this. Which is good, because that's what I want. I don't need the hierarchy to be... I need the hierarchy to be on the same level so I get more independent movement. Versus this ribbon, where this is going to move all of it. And that's what I want. Okay, perfect. We have now put the hat. And we've gotten every single layer just about into bones. I do have the front of the hat here. And I feel like the front of the hat, I probably need to make another bone. And then the back of the hat, I need to make another bone. So I'm going to make another split in this hat. I'm not going to keep it nested. I'm going to say 3. Actually, no. I need that to be nested. Split. Make 2. Nested. Okay, there we go. Hat 2. And this is going to be front. And we're going to move you. I'm going to move you more independently. Because the hat itself has the weight on the head. I'm going to move the front of the hat kind of more here. So that way. Ah, but it doesn't have anything underneath it. That's the problem. Versus this, and it does. So I need to move you kind of inside the top of the hat. No? No? Okay. Are we supposed to get more Spideyverse movie? Oh yeah, the second one did leave us with a cliffhanger. I mean, hopefully we get a new one soon. Kind of sad if we didn't. Really hope we get a new one soon. That would be nice. Oh, come in. All right, let's see. I'm thinking a lot here, guys. I want this to still be... I want it to be in the front. But maybe I don't need the front of the hat. Let me just keep going back for a second. Oops. Because I have this part of the hat, and this should move the front of the hat just fine. These nodes aren't attached. The only bone they're attached to is this. I think that should be fine. I'll cook on that. But right now, I have completely divided the hat into its own thing. Now with the hat divided, now we got to make another bone. We're going to call this the face. All right. I'm going to get in the center of the face here. Kind of like right here. And we're going to give you a circle. And we're going to make you, we're going to color you differently. There we go. And now we're going to do a new bone. We're going to split these bones. Have it nested. We're just going to do nested 4 for now. Okay. Beak. They're looking at production on it either this or next year.
Imagine the bird flying with the giant hat. Yes! 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 Giant bird flying.
Okay, I'm going to put you right here because you feel like... Well, actually, no. I want to put you more right here. Because you're kind of on the side of the beak, this face. And we're going to change you. Gimme. I won't. There we go. I'm going to change it to a pair of lips. Oh my god. There we go. Now, I want you to set you as a new parent. I want the beak to be a parent because I want these eyes to act independently of each other. And in fact, they should also act independently. They need a new parent. So the face has 3 bones that all act independently of each other. So we have the beak. And we need to change this to the left eye. There we go. Right eye. Okay. Now that I have the face, let's grab everything that has the face. So, right eye white, right eye, beak line, left eye white, left eye. Oh yes, and my cheek fluffs. They will also be part of the face. And my neck fluff. Okay. Oh, no. Where's the head? There it is. I'm putting the head kind of more at the neck, kind of because I feel like the neck has that bend and everything, so I want the head to be down here. And then we're going to take the face and we're going to put it as the parent of the head. There we go. Head. And here's the face. Oh, beak. We need to reparent you to the face. Left eye, we need to reparent you to the face. Right eye, we need to reparent you to the face. And the reason why I'm doing that is because now with a head, if I take the head, I attach it to the head. There we go. So now, whoop, if I don't. This is what I was talking about. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Because I told you. But I also need the hat to be apparent to the head. So if I take the hat and I move it into the head space, it's going to be its own thing. So now if I take the hat, here we go. Yes! It works! I told you, didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. What did I say when I told you exactly what just happened? There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted the head to act independently. Okay. So, beak line. We're going to assign you to this beak. Left eye white and left eye. You're going to be in the left eye. And then right eye and right eye white. You're going to be in the right eye. Okay. Yeah, whenever I do that, my head also detaches from my shoulders. Yes, it's perfect. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Ah, that's great. That's fantastic. Okay, let's see. Left eye. I'm moving everything. I don't want to. Let's take away bones and images. I want it to be towards the bottom, right here, because I have a reason for that, for scaling. Same thing with the right eye. I want to position it towards the bottom here. And then in both the left eye and the right eye, I also want to nest a bone. Because I want the eye white to have its own bone. And now I'm going to take this eye white and I'm going to color it differently just so that way I have a better visual indicator that it looks different. The orange kind of blends in. Let's turn it into a dark blue. There we go. Perfect. And now, let's go ahead and right eye split. Okay. Eye white. Oh, the owl on the corner, his name is Archimedes. You can actually see his name up there in tonight's familiar, Archimedes. Archimedes. That is Archimedes. He is my precious little owl that gets you, oh my goodness, eye white. It's fighting me because it wants me to have different naming conventions for every single bone. But he gets you T. If you put exclamation point and T in the chat, you should get some tea. Archimedes. And then let's see. Tea. You have his attention. Do you wish for some tea? Yes, I would like some tea. Thank you, Archimedes. Thank you. Archimedes has brewed me 3 cups of tea tonight. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I love these vanilla chai teas. All right, right eye white. We're going to move you there. And we're going to make you blue. Blue. Perfect. And now we're going to take the right eye white. We're going to assign it. There we go. Tea! And now, Zara, you have 4 cups of tea tonight. Nice. You're going to be wired. That's fine. Okay, perfect. Now that we have the face, and we have the beak, and the left eye, and the right eye, and they're all independent of each other, we need another one. We need a bone for each thing. And the reason why I'm assigning a bone... Archimedes reminds me of the bird from Team Fortress 2. Oh, interesting. I didn't know there was a burb. I didn't know there was a burb in that game. Nice. Nice. I'm going to have to check that out. Sounds like news to me. Yes, I have a fun little thing that when you say his name, that a little bot will pop up with the little owl emoji. Okay. All right, we have the face. Let's make some new bones. And we're gonna name this Left Cheek Fluff. I don't know where they put my left cheek fluff. There we go. Tea! Rosen! Archimedes has brewed you 2 fresh cups of tea tonight. All right, cheek fluff. I'm gonna put you more... I'm gonna put you right here, kind of in the center. And I'm gonna color you differently just because I want a better visual cue or indicator. I finished my last 4 cups. Time for some more caffeine. So true. So true. Okay. Left cheek fluff. Here we go. Here's the left cheek. And I like that if you hover over, you can kind of see the outline of where that cheek is. I don't want to put it right on the border. I want to have a little bit of wiggle room. But I'm going to take both of these, and they're going to go on the left cheek fluff. And then the left cheek fluff, I'm going to split, and I'm going to make it nested. Excuse you. Left cheek, and I'm going to name this. Maybe I shouldn't mix coffee with Monster Energy. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, left cheek fluff. There we go. And the reason why I wanted these to be nested is because if I move them, I want this fluff to be kind of stuck to that fluff. It can move independently on its own, but if this cheek moves, I can make him look like he's eating stuff. I have too much fun. I'm like a kid in a sandbox. This is the best thing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going back at the face. We're gonna do another new bone. I'm gonna title it. Munch, 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 munch. Yes. Munch, 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 munch. Whoa! I didn't mean to size out that bone. Whoa! Get your bone butt up here. Right cheek fluff, and you are gonna be yellow. Blue and yellow, no. Okay. And I'm gonna position you a little bit right there. Kind of more in the curve. Right there. Right cheek fluff. There we go. And I said left cheek feather, so now let's go ahead and do another split. Right cheek feather. Okay. Alright, and then I'll take my right fluff right here, move it down there, take you. There we go. Now it's all independently of one another. I'm eating food. Nom 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 nom. Blah 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 blah. Too much fun. Too much fun. Yay, Maxwell Peter! You have gotten 4 cups of tea. Wow, we are having so much tea, guys. Like, not even, we're gonna be so hyped up on all the tea. Possibly caffeinated. That is if they're like black teas. I don't know. Did you get herbal teas? Did you get matcha teas? Archimedes, I hope you're not caffeinating all of them. I'd like to go to sleep sometime tonight. Oh, okay. All right. You're being very generous. Thank you, Archimedes. All right, let's see. As I continue working on the budget. All right, now that we have the head, I think the only thing I really need is the neck fluff. The neck fluff. It's attached to the face. That was funny. But I feel like the neck fluff needs to be independent of the face. Just hook it to my veins. Yes, just hook it to my veins. We're gonna do another split. I'm gonna say nested, and then this one we're gonna say neck fluff. And I'm going to hopefully grab it. Here we go. I really hope I didn't put that in the hat. Neck fluff. There we go. Because I want the face... The neck fluff, because it's kind of closer to the neck, it needs to be more kind of a little independent of the budget. Kinda... Yeah, I think right here, kind of beneath where the budgie is. The face, he be going crazy. Yes. But here we go. If I still move the head, everything still moves, which is good. I just want the neck fluff, to be independent of the face. Because these are all the facial features, which is also really good if, like, say he's looking a little bit to the left. Just by making it go a little bit to the left, it looks like he's looking more left. If he's going a little bit to the right, it looks like he's looking more right. Okay, I'll stop. I'm too busy playing with the burb. Alright, there we go. Now he has all of his head. He's got his head on straight, which is good. Alright, next piece. We're moving into his foot. So, we're going to do a new bone. And we're going to name it right leg. Leg. And I thought there were 2 footstep symbols, but I guess not. So I'll just put a shoe on here. We're going to move it in the middle of the thigh. And we're going to change the color. We're going to make it be more green. Right leg. So this, and this, all of these need to go on the right leg. So that way, if I am moving it, there we go. I'm also noticing right here that it's not, the hierarchy is a little bit off. So I need to go back to my drawing order, and wherever the wing top layer and the wing right here, these guys, they need to go above the right leg. I need to change my draw order. So now, there we go. Woo! I gotta go fast! Gotta go fast! Like Sonic! There we go. Now with the hierarchy fixed, the foot does hide behind the wing, which is good, because that's what I wanted. And let's see. I think it's fine right there. I kind of get more of a feel of how I have it when I'm, like, stretching. So I might move it just a skosh. Kind of more up here. Well, kind of like a little bit up here, because I'm thinking of where that joint is. I'm trying to think of where that placement would be. Right here, probably. Now let's take shears. Here we go. That feels a little smoother. Definitely feels a lot smoother when I'm doing like a little tappy. Bird's doing a little tappy, which is fine. But so I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm gonna make some nested bones. Let's at least make 4. Okay. Right leg. Fluff 1. And let's go ahead and translate you over here because you're on the top, so you're right here. Well, at least I would have, but I grabbed the wrong bone. Moving his little leg forward almost looked like the little budgie. Looked like the little budgie was going, right? I feel like that's just one of the best things of just when you're just moving the bones and you're testing out where is it going and what is it doing. It's like, it's just that satisfactory feeling of like, oh my God, I'm breathing it to life. And I love it. Okay, right leg fluff is gonna go right here. And then you're the main fat thickness of the thigh. I'm gonna kind of put you a little bit more over here. And then I'm gonna do another split. Okay, right leg fluff 2. Right leg fluff 2. Right leg thigh. And then right leg foot. Now the foot needs to be underneath the thigh. And I feel like both of these guys also need to be underneath the thigh. So Fluff 1 and Fluff 2 can act independently of each other, but they all need to be attached to the thigh. So then I'll take Fluff 1, put you there. Fluff 2, put you there. Put you there. That is the right leg right there. There we go. Face go, you spin me right round, baby, right round, baby, like a record, right round, 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 round. I'm moving this foot back and forth, and I'm imagining he's just on a record. He's a DJ. Well, she's a DJ. That's great. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. And now with the foot, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make the thigh disappear just for a second, so that way I can see my foot. We're gonna take the foot. And we're going to put it right there. There we go. So that way, if I like rotate le foot, I kind of have it a little bit more at an anchor of where I want it. There we go. Bring the thigh back. And now right leg. So I feel like what I'm going to do for the fluff is I'm going to change the icons to this. Because this is just more indicative for me anyway of like where the end piece is. And I need to move you a little bit further back. There we go. Okay, same thing with this guy. We're going to change him more into a long bone. So that way I kind of get more of an indicative answer of like where the end of it is. Which is back there. So... Sonic, finally! A legendary, a worthy opponent! Our battle will be legendary!
Yes! 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 Perfect. Excellent. Oh, brilliant. Chef's kiss.
All right. Oh, dear. There we are. Now if I take that. There we go. I have this little fluff piece, his little feather basically here. A little more independent, which is what I want. I kind of want these feathers just a little bit more independent. There we go. So I kind of see like where those bones are sticking out, which is good. Okay. Now we have the right leg. And now let's go ahead and make a new bone for the wing. Move it more up here. And we're going to give it a better icon, which is going to be this little wing. There we go. And we're going to change the color. We can go red. Red's a little hard to see. Let's go blue. Blue and yellow. No, I haven't used blue. Yeah, it's a kind of a... Let's do a sky blue. There we go. Much better. Okay. All right. The wing. So wing top layer and wing bottom layer. Just gotta stick that under there here. And now, basically with it attached, I can move the wing. But actually, I'm going to... Make sure. I'm gonna move it more into a bone here. Here we go. Kind of where I want it pivoting right there. There we are. Okay. And then the top layer, I want it moving it more independently. So we're going to go ahead and split this bone, nest it. And we're going to put the top layer right here. Whoops. I don't want to, I didn't mean to split. We're going to add a new bone. We're going to grab it. And we're going to make this the wing sign. And we're going to call it wing top layer. There we go. And boop. All right. And the reason why I wanted it that, so that way it acts, this acts a little bit independently. It has more independent movement than the feathers beneath it. Even though when I grab this wing, this whole wing moves. Which is good, because that's what I want. If I want this whole wing to move, I want it to move. Ah, another issue. The hierarchy of the draw order. This wing should actually be further up. So wing top layer, you should actually be further up. Technically, you should be more in the front, like completely. Whee! There we go. There we go. And that's just something that sometimes you won't think about until you actually put into practice. And you're like, oh. Oh, crap. I didn't put it back in this normal spot. Okay. Draw order. Let's bring you all the way to the front. There we go. Thank you. There. Perfect. I just don't... I'm not really satisfied where this bone is sitting, though. So I'm going to grab this bone and I'm going to move it. Whoa! Yeah, it does not want to... I'm going to grab this bone. I'm going to put it more over here. Because again, I'm thinking of a joint. I'm thinking of where that wing would rotate most naturally, more comfortably. And now I'm going to... Come on. Unfreeze images. There we go. Almost. I think I want to move it back up just a skosh. Kind of more right here. There we go. There we go. The little flappy flap of the wing. Flap, 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 flap.
Flap, 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 flap.
There we go.
It now has the wing.
Oh, good night, Maxwell Peter. Thank you so much for joining us. I honestly should be wrapping this up just a little bit, but I appreciate you hopping in and saying hello and hanging out and chilling with us. It was great. It was a fun time. Have a good night's sleep, and hopefully you have plenty of wonderful dreams. Okay. And now the last thing is really just the tail and the body itself. Yeah, the body is not attached to anything. If I move the root, then yeah. So let's make another root, and we're going to basically say this is the body. Whoa! I'm gonna move the body kind of more in the budgie center. Maybe more of its belly. I'm gonna move the body more in its belly. And then I'm gonna have all of this and these guys move into the body. Well, I would. There we go. The reason why I want to change that. Whoa. Yes, Night Maxwell! Is that really so different than having it be on its own route? Let me try something here. Here we go. I think I'm kind of having a better idea if I keep the body independent, but I'll put the feet and the wings under the body. I want to keep the head independent from the body. Yeah. I want to keep it a little bit independent of the of the head.
Yeah.
I kind of want the center of it to be like its belly. And then we got to change the color. Really hard to see when it's orange, though. Deep purple. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to do a split nested. We're going to name this the tail. The tail is going to go all the way over here. And the tail, I'm actually going to do a long bone. I'm going to move it more down towards them. Yeah. Right here. Rotate. There we go. Tail, tail. Yeah, see how that just feels a little bit uncomfortable when I'm rotating the tail like that? So maybe it does need to be more at the base. Wow! thinking right here. Trying to think of this bird's like power center. There we go. Oh my god, is that the time already? Oh! Well, I was so lost in the process of putting it all together that I didn't realize, oh hey, you have like maybe this much time left. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, boo. All right, let's make my left foot real fast. Okay, I gotta hide the body. Not that kind of body. Say the foot is probably right here. Left foot, right there. Go. So now if I take the body and I put it back, rotate. Come on. There we go.
Tappy, tappy. Girl, give me damn feet pics. Tappy, tappy, tappy.
Don't forget to save. Absolutely correct. VTuber. And we're gonna name this Budgie Familiar. Save. Oh my god. so I didn't realize I didn't save that whole freaking time. Ah! Oh my god, that would have been terrible. Woo! But all of this, and then I'm gonna like show meshes and stuff like that, like probably the next time, but we just set it up. We have now set everything up. We have everything attached to basically a bone. We want images attached to their own separate bone. So now even if I just go to this right here and I scale it, so let's see. I'm gonna do a very simple, quick breathing animation. And I always love starting off with something like this. So let's go to 60. I'm gonna do 1.05. I'm gonna take this keyframe, I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna double it, and I'm gonna move it down here. And then, if I just play, I'm gonna hide my bones. There you go. Also, yes, I'm so glad it didn't crash. I'm happy about that too. But there we go. This is why I wanted the root bone to be right down here, because it's very easy. And you don't notice how it's so slight. All it's doing is scaling it up, but it's not even scaling it up by much. It's only scaling it up 1.05 is the max, and then it comes back down. And it's just 2 frames, basically, well, 2 like key points. And now I have a simple like Paper Mario breathing animation, a very simple idle animation. But we're gonna get more into the thick of it. We're gonna make our budgie blink. We're gonna have the hat move a little bit. We're gonna have the back part of the hat sway and stuff. And we're maybe even gonna have the budgie maybe chew its little cheeks might get a little bit fluffy, and like maybe its wing will twitch and everything. Maybe it'll do a little tappy tats, like adjusting its feet. All things that I could just add in with a simple idle animation. But for now, this is just a very basic, just making it scale up and down, and it looks like it's just doing a simple breathing motion. And then, now that I've gone animated, I just go back to setup, and it'll change it to setup. And also, that's the other thing too, is if I have it, if I go to setup and I go into the root, and let's say I take out the hat. I don't want the hat to be shown. Once I go into animate and I hit play, now the budgie is without its hat. And it's having that simple, cute little breathing idle animation without its hat. Ta-da! And now I can put the hat back on. I can accessorize my budgie. But, oh my goodness, I wasn't anticipating. I got so lost, absolutely so lost into the process and everything. But there we go, we did it. I'm really proud of myself for the fact that I managed to get basically my little budgie like all rigged and ready to go. I set everything to a bone. I haven't made a mesh yet of like certain pieces, and I'll show that probably in another video, another stream. I won't touch this project. I won't touch this budgie familiar. I'll pick up where I last left off, so that way you guys aren't gonna miss a beat. But that was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed that. It was very chill. It was very nice, very relaxing, and just being able to sit there and you kind of just sit back and kind of watch me do my craft. And I had an absolute blast with it.
So yes, Archimedes, you're gonna get a budgie friend, a little witch budgie. She's so cute. She's so precious.
We gotta think of a name for her. But that's okay. That'll all come later. We can think of a name for her later. For now, it is just, there we go. And I did what I said to do. I said I'm gonna make a simple idle animation, and I did. It was a Paper Mario idle animation, but that's just the base. That's just the simple base of it. And we can go in and we can add on to it. We can add the movement of the hat. Now that we took the time to basically do all that stuff, we can add the movement of the hat, we can add the fluff, we can add the cheeks, the blinking of the eyes, the little maybe waddling of the feet, maybe like, maybe making it puff up and like breathe in and out and sideways. It's so cool. I love it.
Yes, you guys are so welcome.
Yes, it was so fun. It was such a great chill time, and I appreciate you guys enjoying this. I had a blast doing this. I'm definitely gonna pick this up again. Probably maybe not next time. The next time I'll stream is going to be the 25th of July. I will be streaming the 25th of July, and I'll probably pick maybe I could pick Mario back up, but maybe for July 25th, since we left off at the most important part, it feels like a cliffhanger to me. I'm going to say July 25th, we're going to pick up where we last left off, and we are going to get into the thick of animating our budgie friend. We're going to breathe more life into our budgie friend and make a full streamlined idle animation. You can see Archimedes' idle animation to the right of me. He blinks, he wiggles his little beak, his feathers fluff up and everything. Even the chest piece in the front expands out and in and everything. So yes, we're picking this back up next time. So again, thank you guys all so much for watching. It means a lot to me. I had a blast. It was so good to be able to show you the things that just give my life enrichment, which is animating. So it was so nice, so great. And I will see you all the next time. So July 25th, we're picking this back up straight where we last left off, and we're gonna breathe more life into our lovely budgie familiar, and she is gonna be absolutely chef's kiss adorable. But I'll stop yapping. I'll leave you guys be. So thank you again all so much for watching. I had a blast, and I appreciate everybody for showing up, and you have enjoyed the rest of your night, evening, afternoon, whatever it may be. Enjoy. So I will catch you all in the next one. So remember, everybody, be awesome. Be you. Akemi out.